Hey, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Peter McDonald, and I have the joy of teaching Biblical Counseling 402. And we're here in evening classes here at Fruitland, and I'm so sorry that I'm going to miss the very first week of class. It was just poor planning on my part. I'm actually away with a group of seniors. We're going to be going for a couple of days to the Gatlinburg area for a senior conference there. So I'm being pastor right now. But I know that you're going to just have your feelings hurt because we're not going to have our first class tonight. But I did want to introduce the course to you. I did want to go through the syllabus and maybe answer any questions that you might have for the course. Welcome to 402 Biblical Counseling. I plan to meet you all next week, week 2. It's going to be a joy being with you. I'm looking forward to it. And I'm looking forward to getting to know you better. I know I probably know most of you, but there may be some new students that are taking this course here at night, and I look forward to getting to know you when I come back for week 2. I want to go over the syllabus with you, and then you're going to be free to go tonight. And I know some of you may have an 8 o'clock class, and so I'm sorry that you're going to have to waste some time before then, but I'm sure that you don't mind not having class tonight. I will be in class with you for the rest of the quarter. I don't plan to miss any more classes with you this quarter. So I just want you to take a look at the syllabus. They've been provided for you here in the classroom. We're going to meet every week here in the pit, and we're going to enjoy this class together. 402 is 402. We're going to be talking about some practical application in biblical counseling. You're going to be doing some case studies. You're going to be actually working through scenarios on how to counsel. We're going to learn how to address hurts, hang-ups, and habits that those that we minister to may have. So this is a hands-on type of biblical counseling course. It's a little bit different than 401, where we kind of lay the foundation for biblical counseling. This course is all about addressing the needs and helping and ministering to those who have spiritual needs and physical needs and emotional needs, and maybe even some mental needs that are there as well. So understand this: 402 is a bit different than 401. You have 3 course textbooks for this class. You will have spiritual depression again. Okay, you're not going to have spiritual depression again. You're going to be reading spiritual depression again. We're going to be reading the back half of the book this time, and you're going to be pleased to know the main reason that we're reading the back half is so that we can do application. There's not going to be a paper on this book this time. Praise God, right? So please make sure that you have spiritual depression. We're going to be using Heath Lambert's text again, A Theology of Biblical Counseling. We're going to be reading the rest of the book. I think we read about half of it last quarter, and you're going to find that sometimes we're going to be reading chapters that we've already read a second time over, and there's a reason for that. Okay, it goes right along with the lessons that we're going to have. So make sure that you have Heath Lambert's text, and then this next book that we have is by John Baker, and this resource is called Life's Healing Choices. John Baker and Rick Warren, they came together to form the ministry Celebrate Recovery. I can't say enough good about what God does through Celebrate Recovery Ministry. We have one here at Midway Church where I serve. But Celebrate Recovery is a discipleship program, but it's also a recovery program for those that are struggling with hurts, hang-ups, and habits. It's eight biblical principles, 12 steps, and it goes until God has done that work that needs to be done inside the lives of the people that come. But this is a great read. It's very simple. You're going to find that it's not academic at all. As a matter of fact, one of the complaints I had, I guess, last quarter was people thought that the book was too easy of a read. I'm going to tell you something. You're going to be ministering to simple people, okay, and you're going to want to be on their level. And I think John Baker has done a good job, a solid job of addressing the choices that we need to make for receiving the healing that we need in a relationship with Jesus Christ. So these are the 3 textbooks that we're going to be using. Of course, I give you objectives. The objectives have not changed from 401 to 402. We're going to embark on a journey together to make choices that will encourage redemptive ministry. We're going to see that the church has a role in biblical counseling, and we're gonna better understand the theology behind biblical counseling, and then we're gonna acquire some skills necessary to competently counsel others in diverse circumstances. All right, so you can take a look at the course outline. We're going to talk about week 2 when we come back together next week. We're going to talk about the church and biblical counseling. We're also going to try to get into week 2's lesson, counseling those who hurt. So we may talk about those who are abused. But you'll notice that every week we're going to be covering a different scenario. Okay, week 2 through 4 we're talking about abuse, sexual sin, an unforgiving spirit, a bitter spirit. Weeks 5 and 6 we're going to talk about anxiety and depression and worry. We're going to talk about codependency. And then weeks 7 through 9, we're going to be talking about substance addiction, idolatry, and pornography addiction. Okay, so quite a wide variety of subjects that we're going to cover. But we're going to talk about how we can address those needs week in and week out. As always, your attendance is so important. I want you to be here every week. I know that I'm breaking the rules by not being here this week, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't be here. You're going to try your best to be here every week for class. I want you to be. I want us to grow together, so please make your plans to be here. Every week you're going to have a Take 5 assignment. Okay, so Take 5 assignments are 5 questions that we're going to answer every single week, and those questions don't change. Those questions are going to be the same every single week of class as you prepare for next week's lesson. Okay, so as you prepare, you're going to be asking, in 5 sentences, can you summarize this week's reading selections? What are 4 key words that stuck out to you in the text that you read? What are 3 truths that you took from this week's lesson or this week's reading selections? What are 2 new things that you learned from this week's reading? What's 1 question that you may have after reading this week's reading selection? Okay, that Take 5 assignment is so important for reflective purposes. We're going to be doing that together every single week before class. The only other assignment that you have in this course, okay, is a Life's Healing Journeys or Life Healing Choices journey. You don't have any quizzes in this course. You have a final exam, but your final exam is a written exam. Okay, you're going to pick 1 out of 3 questions to write on. You don't have any quizzes. You don't have any other outside work except for the reading you have. This Life's Healing Journey, Life Healing Choices journey, is the bulk of your grade. Okay, and what you're going to be doing is you're taking a self-assessment at the beginning of the quarter. Actually, if you took it in 401, you already have that self-assessment. But next week, I'm going to provide you with a self-assessment, and you're going to identify 1 area in your life that you feel led of God to be set free from. You need the Lord's help in, you need guidance in, you need counseling in. Okay, that can be a hurt, that can be a habit, that can be a hang-up. Okay, something that you're struggling with, all right? But you're going to identify 1 area that you need help, that you need deliverance from, that you need the Lord to do a mighty work in your life with, that you need Him to address. And you're going to use John Baker's book, Life's Healing Choices, and you're going to write a paper that addresses the key themes of each chapter briefly, and you're going to make in-depth application. I'm not looking for an academic work this time as much as I am looking for an application work. You're going to take the choices that John Baker addresses, and you're going to apply those choices to your life. Okay, so every week that you read, you're going to say, you know what, this spoke to me in this way, God's dealing with my heart in this way, and I want to apply it to my life. Okay, so this paper needs to have an introduction, and then you need to clearly mark your sections to discuss what you're learning through the healing process. I want you to follow Turabian format. Again, I provide a link for what that paper should look like. You can write in the first person. Okay, you don't need to include a bibliography. Papers are going to be due on week 9 so that we can share them together, week 9 and week 10 together. All right? Listen, like I said, I'm not looking for so much as an academic paper as much as I'm looking for you applying this text to your life. It's going to be 10 to 12 pages long. You say, "Oh my gosh, that's a lot of typing." I promise you. You spend a page and a half on each of these topics. You do this every week. You're gonna cover 10 to 12, maybe even more pages of content. Okay. Like I said, there's 1 exam. That's the final exam. It's going to be 1 essay question that the student chooses from 3 writing topics, and the rest is history. This is a pretty simple course. I don't want it to be a burden to you in any way. We're going to be covering some really sensitive areas we're going to be helping a lot of people. We're going to train you and equip you to be able to competently counsel those that are in need in your ministry. Like I said in 401, it doesn't matter if you're in youth ministry, children's ministry, singles ministry, guys, girls ministry, men's, women's ministry, the pastoral ministry. God's going to use this to help you to be able to minister to those that are in these circumstances. And I want you to be able to apply this to your life, to your ministry. I want you to enjoy the course. I want you to be able to work through this material, but I want you to apply the material. It's not so much about a grade. I don't want you to be focused on the academic side of the course, okay? This is about application. I want you to grow as a minister. I want you to grow as a counselor, and together we're going to be able to do that. Please bear with me, okay, as we go through these courses together. I hope to see you next week, and we're gonna hit the ground running with the lessons that we have. God bless you all for being with us today. Make sure that you get a copy of the syllabus. Make sure that you look over it. Make sure that you get your course materials and get ahead on your reading, okay? God bless you for being with us today. I'll see you next week.